to the EpicVerse Podcast, where curiosities and theories run wild about the strange and spectacular and everything in between. And now, your hosts, JosiahRises, Benjamin, and Epic Mike.
Boys, we are back once again for another glorious episode for the EpicVerse Podcast. And as you can tell, my voice is very sexy this week.
I disagree.
Because of some alien shenanigans.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, but for real, I'm sick. And so is Ben. We got sick in Florida.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
did.
cool.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the moral lesson of this entire thing is never go to Florida because you'll get sick.
I mean, I could have freaking told you that.
Yeah.
Florida, man, they have diseases there you've never even heard of.
Dude,
they literally
Yikes.
have they if you take a bath with salt in it, you might eat someone's face.
Yeah, it's facts.
True.
It's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike's
they
not
do,
wrong.
questionable things with gators as well.
Yeah.
And
They do questionable things with people. So,
Florida
Like
men are
eating
just
faces.
questionable people,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we got sick. We were at a Comic-Con down there, and I don't know. My guess is we probably got something from there because there was just so many. Apparently, there's like over 100,000 people there, which is pretty
Yeah,
That's
dude.
insane.
insane.
Freaking
'cause
insane.
Yeah,
Remember, cons are supposed to be dead or whatever.
yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna try to get through this episode and have some fun along the way, and I also killed a bunch of ants today that were outside because there's so I counted 10 carpenter ant nests around my house.
Holy cow.
So I went and got some like ant killer chemical stuff and just sprayed the tar out of every single one of those holes.
So what you're telling me is you're an ant murderer.
When it comes to carpenter ants, yes, because
They'll eat your house.
we have seen a few in our house, and I don't like that. So
Fair enough.
I don't mind other ants though. I don't mind other ants. I like ants actually. I think ants are pretty cool. So
yeah, they are.
I was as much as I felt powerful doing that to the ants, I also felt a little bit sad too.
Yeah.
So
Rest in
there's a little
peace
soft spot
to all
in
those
my-
little ants.
when I commit ant genocide. So
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you guys know that the largest ant that ever lived on the earth was the size of a hummingbird?
No, get out,
I don't know if I ever want to see that.
get out.
They found a fossil of one in Wyoming, and it was literally like the size of a hummingbird.
It's kind of amazing,
And
but I
that
also
is
hate it.
freaking huge. That is insane.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
But it's not the only giant insect from the past. They've found like giant dragonflies, things like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So what are some of the other giant insects that are in Ark? Ben?
There is the Arthropluria, which is like a giant centipede. It's like the largest insect that ever existed.
Mhm.
It's absolutely
Yes,
terrifying.
that thing is insane.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
It's like 9 feet long, and
Yep.
yeah, ugh, just sends shivers down your spine.
Yeah.
There's that one, and then the Megalania, or not Megalania, sorry, the Megalania is in
Therium?
Megalania is in there. No,
I
not
don't know the name of
Megatherium.
giant bugs because I don't like giant bugs and I refuse to know their names.
No, it's the frick. Hold on, Firefly.
Mega Mind?
No, hold on.
Mega
It is
Therium?
the frick.
Mega
Meganura is the
Meganura.
Yeah, it's the Meganura. The Megalania is like a lizard type thing, but the Meganura,
right.
I don't know.
Right.
I think Ben's making up
the
something.
Meganura is like a giant. It was
Meganura.
basically a giant firefly. I think the wingspan was like
nice.
yeah, like 6 feet long or something stupid like that.
What?
Yeah, it's a
That can't
giant
be real.
dragonfly. No, that's like
They're just making stuff up in Ark now, aren't they?
nope. Oh, okay. Wingspan's ranging from 25 inches, so I guess it's 2 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
what I was gonna say 6.
I was gonna say 6
freaking
feet.
feet.
What?
Yeah, so that was another
Even-
really big
even the-
insect. But
Uh-huh.
the Arthropluria is technically the largest insect that's ever existed. But if you ask me, I'd rather see a giant firefly or a giant dragonfly than I would a giant centipede. Like the Arthropleura apparently like apparently had like venom sacs in it, and it would like spit venom or something. I
can't do that.
Of course,
I can't.
Of course it does.
Right?
It makes me want to it actually makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, just imagine seeing one of those bad boys in like the wild.
I don't want to imagine seeing one of those in the wild because you probably die.
Yeah,
imagine just like skipping through the forest on your jolly way and suddenly just coming across one of those. What if you tripped over one like on the path or something?
Like it was just sitting there and you just tripped over it?
Here's the thing.
Terrifying.
The thing is that terrifies me about insects specifically is that, unlike some creatures where you can like hit them or like scream at them or whatever, like even bears that are like bigger than you, like sometimes you can scare them off.
Yeah.
But like insects, like they don't have those kind of like feelings.
Right.
They don't get like sad or happy or anything. They're just like eat, don't eat. And they're driven. Like you think about like how spiders and stuff operate. They're just driven. Like they have a goal and they're going to get that goal done. So imagine like an insect just chase, and they're all fast. So you have to think that giant insects are just as fast. They're just, they're, and knowing that centipedes are like super predators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's like almost nothing that can actually like, that hunts them in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying. So imagine that thing now is like big enough to kill a person.
Right. Exactly. I mean, insects are kind of just created to consume.
Yeah.
Like pretty much every insect is just there just to consume something, whether it's blood, nectar, whatever.
Yeah. But
so
poop.
Yeah.
They're little insects. They're like, all I eat is poop.
Yeah.
There is poop I must consume.
And there's tons of bugs from the past that probably just were like, what? I'm just here just to consume humans.
Dude, the frickin' Arthropleura, right? Was ranged in length from 1 foot to 8.2 feet long.
No, never.
That's big.
It's a big boy.
That is a big bug.
You know what I would take to fight an Arthropleura though? My trusty Megatherium. Take it.
No, it would die. It can't even get through mud.
Your Megatherium would get slaughtered.
Imagine though, like actually in Ark, excuse me. I wonder if there's any scientific background behind this. But in Ark, Megatheriums actually get boosted and buffed by killing bugs and like by bugs. So like if you kill an Arthropleura, you like get a huge boost in damage. And I'm curious if they drew it from anything scientific from that, because I know it was an herbivore and it might have eaten like insects and stuff. So maybe
no,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Granted,
Megatherium is
Arthropleura and Megatheriums were supposed to exist completely different time frames though, so there's a good chance they never even cross paths.
Well, I'm freaking disappointed. You went into all this lore and started building this whole world around yourself about these two fighting, and then come to find out,
I also think they lived in different. Yeah, they lived in North America and Europe, whereas the Megatherium lived in South America. So
that makes more sense than them living in different time frames, because that's
But I don't know.
I mean, unless you're going with the evolutionary stance, then
according to evolutionary theory, they lived.
According to the experts,
they lived in different.
Yeah, the same experts that But we don't need to say it, but we know.
But yeah, so it's interesting. But realistically, they probably would have never crossed paths. Just judging from
what I was trying to say before Ben just so rudely cut me off because he doesn't care. It's fine. That scene in King Kong.
Oh my gosh!
Is literally my nightmare.
Which one?
That's like my nightmare. The scene where
they fall into like
the big crevice, and there's like all the bugs come out and start eating everybody. And the way that it's portrayed in that movie is literally my nightmare, because like no matter how hard they fight, they're shooting guns, they're swinging swords. The insects never back off. They just keep coming. They just
that scene was so terrifying.
Yeah,
like I don't think they even like had like, I think they might have had like a little bit of like just a little bit of like droning music in the background, but it was like all quiet as they were like just getting consumed by these bugs, and
yeah, dude, it was.
You just hear the bugs just like creaking and just like getting all slimy and
It's terrifying. I can't handle it. It's it made me it made my heart hurt. It made my it actually gives me like really, really bad vibes, like super bad.
Yeah.
I'm watching like a little bit of it right now, and it's kind of creepy.
It's awful.
I hate it.
It's just no matter what they do to fight back. And here's the thing, like the other scary part is bugs are as far as like size and stuff, they're incredibly strong. Like an ant, what is it, like 100 times its body size or whatever the thing is. So imagine something like an ant being as big as a human or bigger than a human. Like that thing is crazy.
It's like unstoppable.
The fact that like termite mounds and stuff that they build, they're like as hard as concrete. Termites bite through that stuff on a daily basis. Like so imagine like that. Yeah.
If you ever want to look up something about a bug's like extreme strength, well, I mean, if our viewers ever want to, look up a praying mantis killing things. Like I've literally watched videos of praying mantis like killing snakes and like a bunch of other stuff. They're insanely strong. They like get things in chokeholds and then they just start gnawing at them. It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, praying mantises, they'll kill, birds and snakes,
freaking wild,
lizards, all sorts of crazy things.
Praying mantises are insane.
Yeah, bugs, don't mess around with bugs,
No,
because
the bugs fight back.
Don't mess you, especially thousands and thousands of years ago when they were a lot bigger. So crazy.
Well, it's just I don't know, man. Like Ben said, the praying mantis thing is like, nah. Like to think about an animal that just lives on like killing things, and it already doesn't care how big you are. It'll attack humans and stuff like that. But see, those are all scary. The centipedes freak me the hell out. That's the one, like, because we already have really big centipedes that are like they're big enough that it freaks me out. Because like if you can't squish it, like you have to use like a baseball bat.
Oof.
Anything bigger than like using a shoe to kill it freaks me out. But imagine then you live in a world where like spiders get big enough to do that.
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because, like, if they're not up in the trees, like, you might be walking and you might just get caught in a web and have no clue. Bugs can't see those webs a lot of times. But then even scarier, you have, like, trapdoor spiders. You're walking along and something just comes out of the ground faster than you can, grabs you, pulls you in. And then the thing is, it doesn't even eat you. It poisons you, and you have to lay there wrapped in webs until it decides to liquefy your insides.
Yeah, that's... Whew, wow.
Bro, this episode got terrifying really fast.
Yeah.
But
can you imagine just like walking along and then just like getting caught in a super thick, sticky web and you can't
get out of it.
Get out?
You mean like Frodo in Lord of the Rings?
And then you just feel like the vibrations of the legs of the spider coming closer.
To me, like as a kid, that was one of the scariest scenes in a movie like I ever had seen. Like,
Easy.
The whole scene with Shelob. Because I hate spiders. Spiders are absolutely terrifying to me. So the idea of a giant spider when I was like, 10 years old was absolutely horrifying. So
yeah.
Well, the way it just like stabs right through the mithril.
Yeah.
It just drops him. He just drops like a fly. Because what are you supposed to do? At least if you get bit by something poisonous, like if something has venom sacs and you get stung by it, you're like, I'm dying from poison. You die from poison. Yeah. Horrible, excruciating death, but you die.
Yeah.
Right.
Spider's like, nah, fam, you're going to have to live this one out for a little while, and you're not going to be happy about it. And the thing is, eventually you just be immobilized until I decide to eat you.
Oh, man. Crazy. Crazy.
This is...
Wasn't there like a giant like water scorpion that used to be around too? Like a sea scorpion or something?
There might have been. Let me see.
Freaking messed up. Like super
there was
huge
a giant scorpion,
disgusting.
But it was a it wasn't a sea scorpion.
Let's see. The sea scorpion is an extinct subclass of arthropods. Yeah, they were. Let me see here. They would grow. Oh my God! No. Hold on. No. No, that's not a thing. Hold on. Because I gotta make sure. I gotta verify this is a real thing. Because if it's
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Well, okay, so already these things are huge. These things are based on what I'm seeing here, these water scorpions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh man, some could get bigger than men.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if that's real though. Like I know the Pulmonus scorpius was real, but that really only got like 2 feet long.
Eurypterids.
Oh,
they said some were the size of
okay.
a human hand, while others grew bigger than a man, and were among the largest arthropods on Earth.
Yes, so they were. They were kind of like scorpions. Yeah, no, I freaking hate those things. I hate them.
Yeah,
they're disgusting.
They look like giant scorpions. They have the little pinchers on the.
Yeah. The sea scorpion, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Those things are freaking terrifying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Imagine one of those just be like lurking in the water, and then
I'm just killing you.
Ugh. Yeah.
Okay, so apparently they didn't have venom in their tails.
Oh.
So they just grabbed you and ripped you apart with their claws instead.
That's kind of
Nice.
creepy.
And they were actually like the size of like humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of them could get as big as humans.
Dude, that is freaking messed up.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fossil of one, and there's literally a guy standing right next to it, and it's like bigger than he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this. This is bull crap. Here's the thing. This is why people say like, "Oh, live in the wrong time." No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Listen, there were sea scorpions that were bigger than humans. Yeah, they could just eat you if they decided to. Listen, that's not even counting. You know, if you get attacked by a T-Rex, I know people have dinosaur fears. You're like, oh no, T-Rex is coming to eat me.
Nah, fam.
Or Velociraptor's coming to eat me. And that's terrible. It really is.
Yeah.
But like, there's, what is it? There's like an understanding there. Oh, I know that this thing is going to try to attack me and kill me or something like that. But like a bug, you just don't.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There's just nothing.
There's something extra terrifying about it being like an insect, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
they don't make noises.
Realistically speaking, though, like if we were to go based off of like today, chances are, just the same with a lot of dinosaurs, they wouldn't actually be as hostile and aggressive as like modern media portrays them. Because like think of it, T-Rexes were, or carnivores back then were like the apex predators, but apex predators today, a lot of the time won't even attack unless, annoyed first or anything like that. I think the closest you're going to get is like a freaking bear or something. I think bears will often just attack, but a lot of the time that's just out of protecting their young. So it probably would have been similar. And insects today really don't care about you. Like they really just want to do their little bug thing. So realistically, they probably wouldn't have cared about you, but if you agitated it, then you're probably just meat,
Yeah.
But it still would be really terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would depend on what kind of bug personality they had, because
if
some bugs, they go out hunting for other things.
Wasps are a type of insect that literally just are out for blood. Like they don't they don't care. But like spiders for the most part just kind of chill and just kind of do their spider thing, and
that's what you say, but
well, I mean, like
until they're big enough to hunt you.
Well, that's I'm saying if it's anything like animals are today, then it probably wouldn't be as like you'd probably just be more scared by the fact that they're giant than scared of them actually trying to kill you. But I don't know. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I mean, it'd be interesting to know that.
It'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it, Ben?
Yeah, it would. Frickin' just go face to face with a giant scorpion and say, "Hey, yo, fam, are you gonna kill me?"
That's what we're trying to say, Ben. It's not cool. It's not okay.
And it's
bad.
Think about the types of weapons that you had to use back then to fight those things.
Yeah.
Like
stick.
A frickin' spear.
Yeah.
Or
like a stick with a rock on the end of it. You're like, oh, get back. And it's like, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't care.
Well, to be fair, I mean, a lot of these things were probably around more like before the flood as well. So, So, who knows? Maybe some of the weapons were more advanced back then,
That's fair. Well, but the other thing is too, what if you think about the other thing, the exoskeleton of those creatures,
true.
We already know like they have the what is it, the little pill bugs, like, or the giant not little, but the giant pill bugs or whatever at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. And they're like armor plating on their backs because of all the pressure. So imagine scaling those bugs bigger. What do you do against like an exoskeleton like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's already bugs that are hard to kill now.
Well, I mean the exoskeletons on like lobsters and crabs are like super strong.
Yeah.
And those things usually aren't even that big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not wrong, dude. Yeah, you can't squish them.
Yeah.
You can't just like hit them with things. Like you have to hit them really hard with something really hard to make them die. Yeah. And now we're in a situation where it's like, hey, guess what? No. Like, no. It's like I'm bigger than you. You can't hitting me with a baseball bat doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry. Like, yeah dude. And you can't, and that's the thing too, you can't talk to them. That's the thing that scares me about all of it. You can't, there's no understanding.
You can't like wave your arms and be like, get out of here, go, like
go, or something. Yep.
And they're just gonna be like, oh, and then they just scuttle at you faster and
we're like, cool, man, time to get eaten. And you're like, wait, no. See, you're supposed to run away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, creepy, man. Creepy.
Yeah. Dude, I don't like it. I don't like that this episode went in this direction. I don't like that we're talking about this. I don't like how this is making me feel. But it's good content.
The things that are worse to me than like one giant spider are like multiple, like hordes of insects really freak me out.
Okay.
Like the scene in like the movie's terrible, but like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull where like there's all the ants. And they like drag this one guy down to like their hole.
Yes,
dude. That freaking terrified me. Can you imagine just being like dragged into a hole and then you're just like eaten alive?
Dude, no. And then like not only it's freaking me out. But like not only that, but like those ants were pretty big.
Yeah.
Like dude, no. Oh no, that's gonna really bother me now. I can like think of just like you can't get away.
Yeah.
You can't crawl up.
There's just so many of them. You can't do anything. Like you can't even focus on like one to worry about, Yeah. Like there's just so many of them. You literally can't do anything. Like to me, that's even more terrifying than just having like one giant spider you have to try to get away from. You know what I mean?
It's true. Well, and then also in that same vein, that reminds me of like in Jumanji. The spiders that come out in Jumanji or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Robin Williams' character is like stuck in the floor and there's a spider like coming for his face. But there's like 5 or 6 of them and they can't like they hit him with tennis rackets and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, screw that. Nuh-uh.
Dude.
I'm not here for that.
This is awful. Yeah, dude. And then I just pulled up that scene too and like the guy he like they crawl into his mouth and everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Dude. It's messed up, bro.
Dude! Dude, this sucks.
Does it?
I can't even do. I can't even imagine, dude, how terrifying that would be for a person. Like, dude, he goes like, that'd
be like the worst way to die. Like,
he goes head first into the ant colony because they're like your food.
Yeah. Yep.
Never, dude.
Back them up, guys. Bring him in. Let's go.
Come on. That's the thing. They don't think about it. They're not like, ooh, evil intent. They're just like, hey, man, it's food, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah.
There's like nothing going on there. They're just like...
They're just chilling.
They're like weird, mindless robots almost,
Yeah. Like, the other thing, though, is... Interesting side of it is if they... When they get bigger, do they get smarter? Would insect's intelligence scale with its size?
So maybe you could have a sea scorpion for a pet.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if I'd want that.
You just like leave it in a pond somewhere during the day, and then you like walk it through a stream to the ocean, and you're like hanging out.
Kids these days, they find like frogs in the pond, and they're like, "Mommy, look!" And back then it was like sea scorpions. They're like, "Yep, look what I found." It's like, "Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
look what I found back where you found it."
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
When a kid takes like a creature that like is way out of its zone and it just dies.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, look at my sea scorpion, and they're playing with it. It's just laying there like just drying out.
Dead.
And dying.
I can't imagine like having one of those in a little pond though. That'd be so scary.
Yeah, dude.
Screw that.
Just have it chilling there.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have poison. That's the nice thing.
Yeah. They just shred you apart. So
yeah, they just shred you apart, dude. Yeah, dude. I I can't believe this. I don't like that this episode went in this direction.
I was like even just working on the ants outside. I made sure that they weren't going to like try to attack me. You know,
How
like,
did
I was
you
standing
do that?
out there with like bare feet and just standing by their nest and spraying it. And
So you like put shoes on and. Are you saying you went barefoot so
I
they didn't
went
get
barefoot.
on your?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they didn't get on your shoes?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. I just decided to go barefoot. So
Maybe it's because you were sick. You weren't thinking clearly.
maybe, but
Yeah, you're just like, oh man. But
so we'll see how this works out. So
dude, I don't like that.
I'm
This is
just
the other
glad-
thing too. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, this is a thing because we watched like what some of us have seen. Like, what is it? The one guy, Coyote Jack or whatever, in the wilderness thing that he used to do. Whatever his name is. Anyways,
Coyote Peterson.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Coyote
Yeah.
Jack.
It's
Yeah.
Coyote Peterson.
Yeah.
Dude,
Coyote
I
Jack.
love Coyote
baby.
Peterson. He's great.
Dude, he used to have like he'd get like some of those like different
Yeah.
hornets and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of those things were huge.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine like even a hornet, dude. It doesn't even have to be particularly like crazy big, but
Yeah.
imagine like a hornet like I don't know the size of like slightly smaller than your hand,
Yeah.
because they all travel in swarms.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what do you do with
then
that?
Just getting stung like by a bunch of them, and it's
Yeah.
over.
It's
Yeah.
over. Well, and then you got to think, dude, if you had something like the size of a baseball flying at you at the same speed, because like it hurts to get stung by a hornet when they fly at you really fast.
Yeah.
Imagine getting like hit in the chest or the arm by
Mhm.
something like that. You got to think that those like stingers are going to be really deep, and that venom's probably
Oof.
more potent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, although I have heard that bigger creatures get less and less potent venom.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Right.
small scorpions are the ones you have to worry about versus the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe it wouldn't be as bad, but like the wound would be huge.
Did you ever see the episode where he let a desert scorpion or desert centipede bite him?
I did see that. It's awful.
I did not see
The
that.
centipede was like a foot long.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. You
it's
can't
awful.
kill that
And
thing.
and he had it like in a glass jar on the table,
Ugh.
and you could literally hear like the legs of it like clacking against the glass.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. That was actually like one of the worst ones he got bit by. It messed him up really bad. He had to go to the hospital for that one.
Dude,
Did it
he-
have like
ugh.
because it had poison?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand
I
why
think
this
that was the
man has
one-
let himself get bitten by so many awful things.
Oh, dude, it's so big.
Right? It's
Oh
so
my gosh,
big,
dude, I can't.
Hold
Dude,
on, I
I
gotta look it up
can't.
now because I haven't watched
I just
it in a
like
while.
just the picture of it freaks me out. Like
Uh-huh.
you have no idea. Like my skin is crawling, and like anything touching me now is gonna freak me out, dude. It's straight up. It gives me like that weird tingling sensation in my hands to think about.
Yeah.
Dude,
I get that.
that's-
I get that feeling like in my toes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ugh.
you're just like no, because you can't. You just can't stop it, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Listen,
What do you
guys,
think, Ben?
What?
What do you think?
I think it's awful.
do you like this?
No.
I think you like it.
no,
Ben.
look at his little legs. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could hear them like clacking on the glass
Tink, 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 tink.
as
You're
he was like trying to get
"No."
out. I think that was the one that bit him twice, so that's why he had to go to the hospital. So it bit him like once, and then like immediately it moved its head over and bit him on another spot.
Ah!
I think that's why, because it was like like wiggling back and forth,
Oh,
and, like
dude.
because he
Like,
had it, he like grabbed it, and it's just like
This is freaking on me
Freaking
out, dude.
suck
Like
that.
so bad. Like, and that's the thing too. They're like bugs are flexible. Like, there's a lot of traits about bugs
Yeah.
that make them scary.
Yeah.
Well, like that
Yeah.
centipede
Yeah.
is
But
like
then
wiggling
imagine-
everywhere and changing its like.
yeah.
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 Now imagine that as an 8-foot long
No.
insect.
No.
Yeah, man, Mike.
No.
You just
like,
imagine
you
you're
just
you're
like poke
waltzing
at it once.
you're waltzing through the forest, and all of a sudden, there's just this 8-foot long centipede just chilling in the middle of the road.
I throw you at it.
You're
grab you and
just
throw you
assuming
in
you're
front of me,
assuming that
and I'd
I'm
run the
you're
other way.
assuming that I'm
Yes.
with you.
You're always with me if giant 8-foot centipedes exist.
Nah,
Well, the good news is Ben would probably have his Megatherium.
yeah,
with him
obviously
if
I'd have
he
my
was there.
Megatherium, so I would
So we push
vanquish.
the Megatherium over, and it immediately falls over on its side because it doesn't have any defenses against for itself.
No, I would
It
vanquish
just
the
falls over on the
centipede.
ground, and it just lays there, and the centipede just eats it. And
No,
we're like, "Oh yay, we survived!"
That's why Megatheriums were around, was to be bait.
shield.
bait for the centipedes.
Yeah, they're
No, screw that.
they're meat shields. You just throw them in front of the centipedes, and that's how you survive.
Yeah.
I like that.
Maybe that's why they actually went extinct. Maybe the Megatheriums were just so stupid that you could just like chuck them out in front of the...
That's why they put him in mud pits. They would just be like, take him to the sacrificial mud pit. And they'd put him in there and he's like, oh, mud, my arch nemesis. And then he would just get eaten by giant centipedes.
Wow. The disrespect for the Megatherium. It's unreal.
Dude,
it's off the
I'm
charts.
just saying, man.
Disrespect.
Listen, I don't know. There's just something about it. There's just something about the fact that, you know, those like their bugs are intelligent, but not in the same way that humans are and like mammals and stuff are, dude.
Imagine seeing like one of those centipedes and you like poke it with like a stick and then it just like snaps at the stick, like you know. Ugh.
Dude, if it was like an 8-foot centipede,
what would you name? Yeah,
it would just it would break it in two. It might just eat the stick, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What would I name? What?
Yep,
Sorry.
Probably. What would you name your Megatherium?
Yeah.
Probably like Edith or something.
Ew.
Yeah. Or James.
Edith?
Yeah.
James?
Maybe Fred. Probably name it Fred. Fred's a good name for a Megatherium.
Fred.
Yeah, what up? Here I am,
sloth.
guys, with my boy Fred. We're just going on a little waltz through the forest together. Gonna kill some giant centipedes.
Kill some giant centipedes.
What do you mean get killed by giant centipedes?
And then my damage is gonna get buffed and I'm gonna go on a bug killing rampage. Be amazing.
Wow.
Death to all the bugs.
Yeah.
Creepy. So, I'm terrified now, and I'm probably not going to sleep tonight.
I hope the viewers are terrified too.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm gonna blame it on Ben.
Why?
Yeah, no, I mean it is your fault, but you know
what?
My fault.
Yeah,
yeah.
You went outside and fought ants.
I think you brought it up because of the ant conversation.
Let's just be thankful that the ants aren't big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Let's just be thankful. Okay. All right. So with that being said, that is going to be our glorious episode
about
for today.
bugs.
We hope that you guys enjoyed.
Spooky.
This episode went in a completely different direction than what we were planning. But that's okay. You know, that's the beauty of this podcast. We were going to talk about UFOs and it turned into a conversation about giant insects.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, then please subscribe and leave a comment. If you're listening to us on your favorite audio podcast platform, then please leave a review. We'd appreciate that a lot. And we will catch you all in the next episode very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.